Hello. I'm sitting here looking at this magazine. Picked it up at the gym. So I have just been sitting here cleaning out the van. I've got my laundry done, put it away, made up the bed. Still trying to get all my fans charged up with my Jackery, but been doing a little bit of cleaning and, well, I've been kind of stuck. No surprise there, right? So, got me a shower and got the laundry done today and came by my store to get some ice and some watermelon and moved the vehicle over into the shade so I could eat. And that's all she wrote. I haven't been able to go anywhere. My ignition switch is done. Yeah, the ignition switch is out. Everything's good. The gauges, I can turn the key halfway and see all my gauges. Everything looks good. But then when you go ahead to turn the key to start the van, there is nothing. No click, nothing. It's deader than dead. Yeah, it's definitely the ignition switch. We ruled out that pretty quick that it wasn't the battery or anything else. Somebody tried to jump start it and it's like, it's not going to work. The gauge on the battery is good. The battery's not that old and it's not been long since it was tested and it was really good. Hasn't been long since I got it either. So yeah, the ignition switch is done. So gotta call the mechanic in the morning as soon as they open up, and it's gonna have to be towed. So the mechanic that did the engine, that's who I want to call. He's like 5 miles away. So I have got to make sure I'm able to tow it to him to get it fixed and back to me in the same day. He's been pretty good about it. The only time he's actually had to keep it was when he was putting the new engine in. So that's not all, folks. The adventures continue. I went inside the store. I don't even know why I went in. Might have been just to have a break from the heat. But I went in and I came out. And I've had my back doors propped open in the V because we've got a good breeze. Thank God for the breeze. So I've got the side doors open over here. Got the back doors open over here. And I've got the breeze blowing, a couple fans blowing. So it's circling the air pretty good. But when I went in and I came back out, you know, of course I shut all my doors before I went in because I don't want anybody nib-nosing around. So I always secure my vehicle when I walk away, even if I'm not going far. So I go in, I come back out, get my side doors propped back open, and go to prop open the back doors back here. And only one side will open. Thank goodness it's the side that messed up was not the main door, because I would not have had the ability to open either side. So at this moment, check this out. I have a shopping cart holding that door open. because I don't want it all the way open because people can see. And at least at an angle, they can't see straight in. They can only see towards the wall over there. But I do have my side doors open. Got the side doors open. Got a trash bag over there because I've been cleaning. I'm throwing stuff away today, getting rid of stuff. I've got fans all over the place. So I'm trying to stay cool. Man, alive, I need a haircut. I need about 1.5 inches cut off of there and about 4 off the length. That was a consideration for the day. I'm glad I didn't go do it because I wouldn't want to be stranded somewhere else. I actually had considered leaving town today and going off somewheres, and I don't know, something just told me not to do it. So I stayed around town, got the shower took and the laundry done, and came by my store. And that's where I've been since 11ish this morning. Yeah. Now, had I went to church this morning, I would have been, let's see, how far is that? Probably about 18, 19 miles away. That would have been a heck of a tow bill to get it from where I go to church to where my mechanic is. So, glad I didn't feel like going. It's been a weekend where I haven't really felt like doing much of anything. Yesterday I went up to the Parkway to see how far up you could go. They still haven't opened it up past the Art Center. So I parked up there long enough to eat me a bite, and I came back. So glad that my van cooperated to get me back. But, I mean, it's inevitable. I'm running out of things to replace. So, one person said that I'm getting a new vehicle piece by piece by piece. I think I am. So I am running out of parts to fix and replace, which is, at this point, a good thing. We've had all the major stuff done. I've been trying to save for tires and trying to get the engine debt paid off, which that's going to take a little bit of time. But yeah, the tires aren't super bad right now, but I would like to have them changed sometime this fall, early winter, before the weather turns wintry. I mean, not that I'm going to drive in it by any means. I park myself in a safe place where I can have a convenient pathway to work, and I don't have to worry about it. There are a lot of pros and cons to living the van style life. Are there times that I miss sticks and bricks? I'll admit now that there is times. But at the same time, I know how I felt and what I went through in the last place that I was in. And I watched my savings account dwindle to nothing because my income just wasn't sufficient to keep up rent, utilities, a vehicle, insurance, and you gotta eat. And I mean, I didn't even go out to eat when I lived in my apartment. To get a combo meal from a fast food restaurant was rare. And to go to a movie was even more rare. And if I did do that, it would be a matinee where it's the cheapest. So I cut so many, I cut out all the expenses, all the extra expenses that you could possibly cut out before I actually just gave up on the apartment, because I could not keep vehicle maintenance and everything else that we have to live with. I couldn't keep everything going. And I certainly couldn't have a newer vehicle because I couldn't afford rent and a car payment. So it reached the point that I had to make a choice. Did I make the right choice? Yes, I believe I did. I had to do that. It was either do this or end up not having a vehicle and having to depend on walking everywhere or taking a cab or a Lyft ride. And that gets old fast, and that would keep me from visiting any of my family, because they're not, I only have a small amount of family in the area, and they're certainly not close enough for me to walk to from where I was living before. But like I said, there's pros and cons. You're still going to have to keep up the maintenance on the vehicle. You're still going to have expenses. If you've got debt, I see people doing videos talking about how quick they got out of debt. I'm happy for them. They must have more income coming in each month than I do. And they don't have a vehicle that was breaking down every 2 weeks. But I do have a new engine. Transmission was done not too long ago. Let's see, what was we talking about earlier? The engine, the transmission, the catalytic converter was done. I mean, all the big major things have been done. I'm getting a new vehicle piece by piece. And I actually, that door right there, I think I could fix that door myself. I was looking at that earlier. It's like, I could take that door apart and I could get the parts from the auto parts store. I could probably fix it myself. Do I want to? Part of me does, but that part is like this much. I actually thought the wire had just come loose from the handle, and I was messing with it earlier trying to reattach it, but there's actually a piece broke off of it. It's just worn. This is a 2005, so it's worn. It's well used. So, but I've been sitting in the shade for hours now. I have had the sun here last couple hours beating in the back door. But I've got my fans, and oh my goodness, the breeze is so nice. My thermometer says it's 89 degrees in here. But with the breeze and the fans, it doesn't really feel that way. But I mean, I can go over there and sit in the side doors on my cooler where I like to sit, and I can feel the breeze better than back here, thanks to the other door not working. And as long as I haven't been up cleaning and throwing things away and going through stuff, it's reasonable. I mean, it's not horrible. Still waiting on that part for the solar panel. It's not exactly what most people use, but I think it'll work for the type of wires that I've gotten. I've just got to look at it. I got to get it in my hand and look at it and see if it's going to work. It's got to work. Not exactly sure what I'm going to do if it doesn't look like it's going to work. I could probably finagle something, be creative, we'll see. Yep, just wanted to jump on here for a few minutes. I don't know how many people can see my firework video. I noticed that for some reason YouTube has it restricted, that everybody can't see it. Right beside of the like button, there's this little yellow triangle. It took me a few minutes to figure out what it was, but it says it's restricted, and I don't know why. I've seen other firework videos that don't seem to be restricted, but it's there. If you can see it, I hope you enjoy it. I know I enjoyed it. So, but hey, I'm getting the van cleaned up a little bit at a time and getting it ready to go back to the mechanic. At least this isn't a major thing. This isn't huge. I mean, yes, it's the ignition switch. It'll be somewhere between $200, $500 from what I can find out online. But at least it's technically a minor thing, especially compared to everything else that I went through. Oh, and I got a computer thing on the van. That's another one of the big things. And my first mechanic couldn't figure that out. Yeah. But it took several trips to the next mechanic to figure that one out. And then this other mechanic said that they actually broke a part off of the holder, so they kind of taped the daylights out of it to get it to stay in place. So, ladies, watch your mechanics. You gotta check behind them. They break things, they rig things up. That was part of the problem with the first mechanic that was working on the van, where I had the cylinder issues. They broke the latch that held it in place and then tried to rig it, and that didn't work. And then things just kept getting worse, and this messed up and that messed up, and I finally found somebody that could actually fix that and got a computer put in the vehicle. I miss the days where it was just not a computer system. Yeah, back in the days where it was so much easier to deal with a vehicle. And now everything's computerized, and it's stupid. It's not necessarily progress. It's a pain. I think I'll cut my bangs while I'm sitting here doing nothing. Look at that. I'm not so concerned about the length of my hair as I am the bangs. They gotta go. And you can see the gray more now that it's growing out. So I've got it pulled back so you really can't see very well. But no, I am not coloring my hair anymore. That's why there's gray. I'm not coloring my hair anymore. I'm letting it grow out back to my natural color. I don't care anymore. I was doing it for me anyway. And I'm just done with it. I'm over it. I'm ready to just let it go. So, I always said I would stop when I felt it was time. So, it was time. Alright, I'm getting off here. I'm watching this time tick away. I was already on here longer than I really planned to. But we'll catch you another time. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate you hitting that like button and the subscribe button. And we're going to keep growing this channel. Right. Everybody have a great week this next week. And try to stay cool. That fan is in a perfect spot. Alright. Ta-ta.